Hi guys, welcome to the Madness Collective. I am Crescent, and my co-host is Antoine.
What's up, niggas?
We are angry hosts together. So, if this is the first time you're tuning in, we do our best to recap the headlines, which are always out of control. So tonight, it's Pride Month, and Adele has some words for an alleged heckler. It's not entirely clear, but anyway, she had a response. Anyone watching WNBA games? Because, woo, shit is popping. Stephen A. Smith, Monica McNutt, love her. Pat McAfee all has some real crazy ass commentary today, so we are trying our best to discuss it. What else? Speaking of amazing women, Mexico has their first woman president. What the fuck is up with y'all, USA? What's up? Anyway, Viva Mexico. Yay! Is Sexyy Red MAGA? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Herschel Walker is sitting on millions in campaign funds, and he's telling the Republicans, fuck y'all.
You could pay for a lot of abortions with all that money he got left.
He said, this is my money. And topics we didn't get to on Friday were flying while black. American Airlines is going to have to cut a big-ass check to a couple black men. And Josh Gibson from the Negro Leagues is getting his flowers. And then Simone Biles is doing the damn thing as she always does. All that and more on this episode of...
The Madness Collective.
Yay, go us. Hi, Jason Saratoni. What's up? Whew, it is Monday. I'm already out of breath. It's Pride Month.
It sure is. I have to start participating. Life is hard. You know what the problem is? I'm going to tell you what my biggest issue is, because for probably the past 7 years, I'm always struggling. I always got too much on my plate. And the problem is, there's a degree of excellence that goes with being a homosexual in California, particularly in West Hollywood. And I ain't trying to hang out with them niggas over there unless I'm at my best.
Oh God, I can't laugh.
Because your confidence, I mean, everybody walks around looking like fucking, Shaka Zulu and Thor at the motherfucking parties and shit. You don't want to, because if I go there the way I'm at now, they're like, oh my God, go home, you're obese. You're obese.
Come on.
You're obese. I'm telling you.
All shapes and sizes. Come on.
Not in West Hollywood. It's perfection, nigga. I remember the first time I went to a bar in West Hollywood. I was like, what are these motherfuckers eating?
Nothing.
What is happening? Just everybody is gorgeous.
True.
Yeah, so we'll see. I did go with a bunch of my lesbian girls about 2 years ago, and we had a ball. It was fun.
I'm sorry. I saw Jason's comment. What's up, Colin? What's up, Dion? Hi, Danielle.
Wait, what comment did you see?
Jason said, like, when you go to Miami, I feel like the fucking elephant man.
Yeah, it's intimidating. Because I kind of had this rule, like, I kind of like the way I feel like don't go to WeHo unless you can take your shirt off when you get extra drunk. I'm not at that point right now.
I don't think you got to do all that. Okay, somebody is calling me. How about you watch the show? Somebody who knows I do a show. We do a show Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Why? If you're watching right now, like the show. Okay, like the episode. Hi, Allison. Okay, so Adele. So do you have a video? Because Adele is doing her residency in Vegas.
Right.
And allegedly, there was an audience member who yelled out, "Pride sucks." Adele had a response for that. The reason why I keep saying allegedly is because later on, cats were like, she actually may have misheard that person. I don't know.
Not misheard. Okay, so I'm going to play it first and then switch over.
Did you come to my fucking show and just say that Pride sucks? Are you fucking stupid? Don't be so fucking ridiculous.
Let's jump in.
You've got nothing nice to say, shut up, all right?
Not the hair flip.
Do we have any husbands here? Perhaps it's you, sir. Do we have any husbands here tonight who have been dragged along? I will not be offended. You can cheer. Do we have any husbands here? You will thank me later because I'm really going to turn your eyes on tonight, right? And you're going to end up
And so we're done. We're done. So in case you missed it, she heard someone say Pride sucks. And then she said, did you come to my fucking show and just say Pride sucks? Are you fucking stupid? Don't be so fucking ridiculous. If you got nothing nice to say, shut up. All right. And then I have literally had 3 phone calls in a row. And the third one is my mother. Okay. Anyway.
I was at my mama's house on the YouTube, and she ain't even subscribed to our goddamn channel. And you know what? I hit subscribe, and I was like, no, that's not right. I want somebody to want to subscribe to it. So I'm not going to fucking do it for you.
I've told you, I take people's phones, I open up their motherfucking YouTube, and I hit subscribe. Yes, I will do that. I've done it. We'll continue to do it. Thank you, Colin. Also, did y'all hear a person who was holding up there, who was probably doing a tape and was like, let's jump him?
I didn't hear that.
That was awesome. Yes, I love her too. And also, she's the same person who dared somebody throw something on stage. Because remember, they were throwing shit at people on stage, at the artists? And she was like, I dare you.
I feel like, Adele could fight. She curses like a sailor, too. I wouldn't fuck with her.
At all. Love her. Also, I keep seeing these videos of like parents or look, the straight supporting the gays. Like sometimes it's parents, sometimes it's just like a straight out there being like, so listen, because I do want to play one, like I think each episode, because they're awesome. I just saw another one today.
Okay.
I think it was a Filipino mom who I'm already in love with her. So yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, speaking of the women's, I guess, I don't know, whatever. WNBA. All right, I was actually not trying to have this conversation tonight because there's a lot of layers to it, a lot of nuance. But baseline, as we know, Caitlin Clark is
Sorry, look, it put the wrong one up. Give me a second. Here we go already.
We moved things around because I wanted to try and include this WNBA conversation kind of at the last minute. So, as we know, Caitlin Clark is now in WNBA, or the W, as I've learned it's called. Angel Reese.
So the W is a hotel.
Look, I was listening to all these comments today, and apparently it's being called the W, okay? So, couple things popped off, but the most recent thing is there was a game, Indiana was playing Chicago. Angel plays for Chicago. I think everybody knows Caitlin plays for Indiana, because how can you not know? They making you know. Everybody fucking knows, okay? So
we got to find a term to use when they play each other, because we are literally Chicago and Indiana on the screen right now. So yeah,
we are. I will say though, in this instance, I'm rooting for Chicago Sky, and I'm okay with
that. Oh really? Oh my God!
I said what I said. Okay.
Jesus.
Because Angel Reese, that's my rookie. That's my girl. I'm in love with her. Like, she's dope. Sure, all of that. Okay, sure, why not?
The video of her doing that is hilarious.
Oh, you mean the
You Can't See Me? That was my introduction to her. Was that You Can't See Me?
Right, yeah. So they've had this rivalry obviously since college, but anyway, they're in the league now. And the most recent thing that happens during that game, Kennedy Carter, whose name is spelled CH, which took me a minute to just kind of handle that. But anyway.
Wait a minute. Because we talking about the sports, I don't know nothing. It's a girl named Kennedy. And how is Kennedy spelled?
CHENNEDY.
I'm not participating in this. Not tonight. Not tonight. That nigga, that's Chenedy. Your name is Chenedy. That is Chenedy. What the fuck? And you know what? You know what the defense would be? Well, how do you spell chimera? I mean, chimera is spelled CHIMERA. It's just, niggas always want to be different. Because look. I am a living example. I get called regularly Antoine, Antoine, everything but. And it's because of that fucking E on the end. My name is supposed to be, and when I tell people this, my name's supposed to be spelled ANTOINE. That is the French spelling. And they be like, you unique. it's unique. It means you differ from everybody else. I'm like, I don't want to be different. I want to be a normal fucking Antoine where people can pronounce my fucking name right.
Nigga, growing up with crescents and not fun. People got real jokes.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyway, focusing. So Kennedy, Kennedy, Carter hip checked Caitlin during the game that they played. Indiana won by 1 point, but whatever. And the thing is, there's a couple. It was aggressive. Let me just say that it was very aggressive. She got a regular foul, and then actually after the fact, they upgraded it to a flagrant foul. It was aggressive.
So flagrant fouls are when it's like that shit was. It's like it was you intended. You knew what the fuck you was doing. It wasn't just part of the game. Like you did the shit to be.
It was flagrant. It was flagrant. It was flagrant. Like, I can't. It was flagrant. And here's the thing. Look, WNBA. They aggressive, okay? This is real fucking physical. Anyone who did not know that had not been paying attention. And yes, there are a lot more eyeballs on the game. I'm not going to say strictly because of Caitlin, even though that's what all the media wants to say. But Angel even said it today. She was like, there are a lot of eyeballs on this rookie class, and I'm a part of that. I help too. Like,
it's Caitlin ridiculous she has to keep saying that.
Angel's like, you gonna put some respect on my name, like real talk. So,
well, let me ask you this though. Again, because it's the sports, I have to ask questions to understand what's being discussed.
Well,
it's part of the reason. I don't know. It's one thing for there to be a notoriety because you're good and your team has a rivalry with another team, and that's your nemesis or whatever. But in terms of pure statistics, isn't Caitlin like above everybody statistically in terms of points and just on paper? Is that the case?
Coming out of college,
right. That's what I mean.
Her scoring, and again,
she broke records, right?
Yes, she did. And I think between men and women's basketball. Like,
yeah, she's amazing.
She's a phenom. Now, and that's the thing. Nobody wants to take anything away from Caitlin's skills. Nobody wants that. But the way that she's now being dubbed America's sweetheart, and it's coming across as she's the great white hope for a particular contingency of this country is a little grating. Okay, just a touch. So, just to set up the picture, she gets hip checked by Kennedy, and one thing that thankfully I got a quick dossier from a friend because I was like, I need to try and sound like I know what I'm talking about. The ball was not in play when it happened. So you can't even claim, I'm getting physical because I'm trying to get to the ball, whatever. Like, ball's not in play. Okay.
Right.
Now, a couple games ago, Angel Reese got fucking dragged down by her neck by another vet. Okay. Right. That happened.
Was that? I mean, that's a fight.
Okay. Okay. Ball was in play in that instance, but still aggressive as fuck. That conversation about that physicality didn't last past the day. This hip check shit with Caitlin, it's now Monday and it's still being talked about. So that's setting the picture. So this morning you got Stephen A. Smith on his show First Take. It's Shannon Sharp, this woman who I've just now been introduced to and might want to actually ask out on a date if I went that direction. Monica McNutt, Eminem for short is her nickname. And then Molly, I think, is the moderator for it. So Stephen A., it's back and forth, and it's a lot. And here's my thing about this conversation, that there's a lot of nuance to it, right? Because people are like, oh my God, WNBA is getting all this attention now, and it's all because of Caitlin. It's not all strictly because of Caitlin. And so there was this whole conversation about whether or not other women are jealous. And what got pointed out was like, I don't know if I'd say jealousy. Someone else, like Molly said, maybe is there some frustration? Sure. But also, this is what happens to rookies. Rookies come in, you get fucking beat up on the court. Sorry, welcome to the big leagues. This is what happens. So those of us with some sense are like, first of all, we're the goons out on Indiana. Doesn't have a good team.
Okay, you froze for a second.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen. Okay, now you're coming back.
Why? I'm trying to explain this shit. It's too much.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the media keep like I was saying, yeah. So there's this whole conversation like are the other women jealous? Maybe frustrated is a better word, but anyway, they fucking took MJ through the ringer when he came in the league. He got iced out for some shit. Like they were like, okay, smart, like newbie, we gonna fucking fuck with you. This is part of it. But there seems to be, I'm like, do y'all want the players to coddle her, right? Because they're just like, she said, "Oh, I can't believe we're flying coach," and all of a sudden now they're flying, charter flights, okay? Because the white girl said something, right?
Right.
So she is bringing a lot of attention to the league, a lot of more resources, and that's great. And here's the thing: I think the players acknowledge that, but they're like, "And that don't mean I need to treat her like a motherfucking princess on the court. Like that's not how this game goes." And so the conversation is happening, and Stephen A. Smith is saying Stephen A. Smith shit. And Monica, and do we have that video? It's a little bit long, but
yeah, we got the clip. I'm gonna start playing it and then switch over. Let me make sure. Okay, here we go.
We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, so let me, I know we got to go to break. Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A. And how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest
How about being a black man?
Being
black.
Hold on 1 second.
Have you...
So this is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break. And we didn't necessarily go there, and maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. No. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are going to say and Stephen A., I know you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
There it is. Look at his face.
Wow.
You guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A., I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
All right, let's,
I got it.
You're my guy, but I'm talking to you.
I got it.
Guys, I
We can wrap it up. Okay. So Stephen A. felt some kind of way about that.
Clearly. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of his. I'm not a fan of his. He seems problematic. But maybe I haven't. I'm probably not the right. I probably don't have enough footage under my belt of him on camera because it's the sports. But the last 3 times we've discussed him on this show, I'm like, I don't fuck with you. Like,
okay, so you tend to have, Stephen A., respectfully problematic takes. And I will say this though, to your point, the last few times we have talked about it's primarily been political. We don't talk about the sports ball, as you say, because I don't watch it like that anymore. So I can't really be the comment significantly on stuff. But in this instance, we have a new person in chat. Hey, Marco. Who seems to probably have a slightly different take from me, but that's okay.
Not slightly, girl. Slightly.
A little bit. So, yeah. So but I want to address what Stephen A. said in response to that. So he got huffy, and then he got on his own podcast, and he had a whole dissertation about the whole thing. And him and Monica go back. And so what's interesting is that in his defense, he listed all the women that he's had on First Take. But
that's like explaining I got 5 black friends. That don't mean shit. It's the same. That has nothing to do with it. Because what I read this as, part of what she was saying is that Yeah, you have a platform, but you talking about them when everybody else is talking about them. Don't act like you're Martin Luther King and you leading people to the promised land. You aren't. You're talking about her because everybody else is. You had the opportunity to shine a spotlight on this league when nobody else was, and you chose not to. That's what I gathered from what she said.
So, correct. That's what she said. And him saying, I've had all these women on, I've given women, access and help them build their platforms and give, help them build audience. Okay, fine. Were y'all talking about the were you talking about the WNBA when they were on? Is that what they wanted to talk about? Because
exactly
that would have been more in your defense, right? Like, instead of saying to Monica, guess you ain't been watching First Take that long, guess you don't know. Okay, fine. You've had these women on. What were y'all talking about?
You give the women a platform, but you're giving the women a platform in a male-dominated cycle of sports entertainment. By nature, if you have women on the show, women are going to gravitate towards female-oriented sports when it's available. So when you have women on the show, you would think that their presence alone would cause you to put more of a spotlight on sports that involve women. But clearly you didn't do that. You had them talking about the same shit you always talk about from a female perspective, but gave no focus to the female-oriented sports.
Right, because what I would want to know is when you had the women commentators on, were they talking about NBA shit or were you talking about WNBA shit? Like, which one? Also, this whole yes. Everybody acknowledges that Caitlin Clark is bringing a lot more eyeballs to the game, but y'all act like they ain't even superstars in this bitch before. Like, cut it the fuck out, okay? Yeah. Like when Candace, is it Clark? No, I want to say Clark. Now I'm messing up her last name. Candace Parker came. Like, you've had superstars. Again, maybe not the exact same way that Caitlin is, but there have been dope ass players who've come to this league. So there was shit to cover. Also, was pointed out to me today is that the other reason why you couldn't actually even easily watch a game. Now they're making the games a lot more accessible to watch. So that's another reason why it's more easy for all these eyeballs to be like, oh, I can turn to this channel or I can hook it up, this streaming and watch the games. So Stephen A felt some kind of way.
Mm-hmm. He always does.
He does. And I'm sorry, sir. Monica, it sounds like Monica had a point.
I think she made a good point without me fully understanding what all of this means. I mean, she had a point, and I get to a certain extent. It's similar to rap music. Down the line, when rap was 20, 30 years old, you had a lot of these new artists who were reaping the benefits of the Run DMCs and the Grandmaster Flashes and the Curtis Blows, who could never blow up on that level. They never became millionaires. Well, maybe some of them did later on. But there can be a certain degree of resentment when the new people come in and act like they blew up the spot. And these other people are like, bitch, I was here before you and I've been working hard. So for somebody to say that you are the savior of this organization that I've been participating in for 4 or 5 years and putting in that fucking work, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. That's not how this works.
Right. We laid the foundation. You didn't just walk into something that was unformed. We have been building. You come in and hey, we're moving a lot faster with the building. Thank you. Okay, great. But yeah, you are not the savior of the sport. But again, this is media. Because honestly, to some degree, I actually feel a little bit bad for Caitlin. Because I know she's like, well, can I just play?
It seems like personally, from what I've seen, she hasn't done anything wrong. She just plays the game well. Everybody else is creating the conflict. She just goes and plays. Even when they interview her about this shit, I think I saw a clip of somebody asking her about what had happened. And she was like, well, the game get a little rough now and again, but, we gave it our best and we did what we do. And that's basically all she said.
She just said, because I found the quote. She said, I wasn't expecting it. It is what it is. It's a physical game. You go make the free throw and you execute an offense. And I feel like that's kind of what we did. Because they did win the game. Indiana won. She said, I grew up playing basketball with boys. It's always been physical and feisty. And you have to find a way to hold your own. Which is also what Angel Reese said after she got fucking neck checks. She got dragged down by her neck during another game. She was like, it is what it is. This is the game. I'm a rookie. I know they're going to come for me. That's cool.
But if and the other thing that doesn't make sense, the Angel Reese situation seems to be a lot more serious than what happened to Caitlyn. And, like, why are we, like, can we talk about that? I mean, niggas should not be.
No, because the race. Yeah. Because the race.
Because that should not be happening. You should not be dragged to the fucking floor. That's a fight. Somebody elbowing you or doing whatever that, we see niggas do that doing basketball games all the time. But shit, pulling people down to the ground, like, what the fuck? Yeah, y'all need to work on that. But yeah, they need to follow Caitlyn's lead. This is, how old is Caitlyn?
I don't know.
How the fuck is somebody fresh out of college more diplomatic and mature than all these seasoned fucking pundits who are always discussing sports? She's out here being diplomatic and saying, yeah, don't read too much into this. This is part of the game. Keep it moving. Y'all don't want to do that.
She's 22.
Yeah, she's young.
The thing is, the people with the loudest voices, sadly, are like getting a lot more like traction in terms of what they're saying, because there are more reasonable voices who are like, nobody's coddling her. That's not how we do this. Okay, right. Like you wouldn't tell a rookie in the fucking NBA that shit. Like, that's ridiculous.
Right.
So
suck it up, Buttercup.
let the women play and stop acting like, because they're like, y'all, like, literally she got called America's sweetheart on Morning Joe this morning. I'm like, y'all are the ones putting too much on it. Okay. So yeah. Hey, Marco. So Marco's comment is, I've never been proud of America's black male athletes. Sending the message to black female WNBA players, you're not hurting Caitlyn as much as you're hurting yourselves. Yeah. I'm gonna disagree with that. But you are entitled to your opinion, because there's also been a lot of black male players who have said, welcome to the league. It's a physical sport. And other people have been like, where are her goons? Right? Because look, Steph Curry, he's a shooter.
So they're gang members? Oh my God.
What'd you say?
They're gang members? They have to have goons to protect them when they playing?
Well, okay. So Draymond Green is very physical. So
yeah, look, even I know that.
See, you know this, okay? So Matt Barnes, who played the role of a goon when he was still playing, he's the one who said it. But other people have said it too. Like, but again, Indiana's bench is just not that deep. Like, and also if Caitlin's being double and triple teamed, then that means two people are open. Okay, if you being triple teamed. But again, it's growing pains. It's growing pains. So the other comment that came out today was from Pat McAfee, who I pay zero attention to, but he decided to open his motherfucking mouth today and say, go ahead.
Yeah, I got the clip. Yeah, I think that clip is actually pretty short.
Go for it.
Yeah, let me go ahead and play that. You know what? I have all the scenes set up differently. This one is called White Bitch.
The GOAT. Is she what? I don't know. I couldn't see if she's Caucasian
very well
or not. So I think what we're trying to say is what the WNBA currently has is what we like to describe as a cash cow. There is a superstar. And we're not saying that the players on the court need to act any differently. That's the athletes are going to do what athletes are going to do in any sport. And I think we're all learning that WNBA, that's old school football, baby. That is old school football. But I would like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white bitch for the Indiana team who is a superstar. And is it because she stayed in Iowa, put an entire state on her back, took a program from nothing to a multiple year success story? Is it because she would go on to break the entire points records in the history of the NCAA? Not just the women's record by Kelsey Plum, shout out, but also Pistol Pete Maravich's, the dude's record as well.
Did he say white bitch already?
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I dropped my name. He did. He said white bitch. Okay. So he has since apologized. And he said, I shouldn't have used white bitch as a descriptor for Caitlyn. No, you shouldn't have. No matter the context, even if we're talking about race being a reason for some of the stuff happening. I have way too much respect for her and the women to put that into the universe. My intentions when saying it were complimentary, just like the entire segment, but a lot of folks are saying that it certainly wasn't at all. That's 100% on me, and for that I apologize. I've sent an apology to Caitlin as well. Everything else I said, still all facts. So somebody noted on Twitter that the way he said it was what he was really trying to do was mimic Black people talking about her. That's how he said it.
Wait, say that again.
So somebody on Twitter, I'm trying to find the exact comment because I want to get the phrasing exactly correct, but they noted that the way he said it is he was mimicking Black people talking about her.
Oh, that is okay. Now that makes sense because I'm like, where did white bitch come from? But he's like, that's what we would have said. Okay, I get it now.
Right. And so once again, it has been interesting watching people trip over themselves trying to have a conversation about what's happening in the WNBA right now. And there's a lot of intersectionality. I don't really love that word, but it works and it fits. There's a lot of nuance to these conversations, but at the same time, you new to this. You ain't been fucking paying attention. You ain't been motherfucking watching. So why don't you sit back and just learn something? Let the rookies get the rookie treatment and get their weight up, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Like, seriously.
Yeah. I'm sorry, who is this man?
Which one? Pat McAfee?
Yeah, who is so sorry to this man? I don't follow the sports. Who is this man? Why should I care about his opinion?
I don't think you should, because I'd have never checked for his ass either. I just caught the comment.
I saw cowboy boots. And I was concerned. I was like, I hear maybe a southern drawl. I see cowboy boots. I'm like, this is finna go left.
I don't know. One of the people who routinely watches the sports ball, if y'all want to chime in, Chavez or Dion. Because he's a commentator. He has a show. They paid him a lot of money for his motherfucking show. I know.
I mean, that set. Yeah, he got a whole set over there.
I think his contract is like $17 million or some shit.
Yeah, it's not designed very well, but you know, whatever. You need somebody to feng shui that motherfucker.
So that's the drama with the WNBA. They have a short season. I think they're adding 2 more teams to the league next year. That's the other thing too. It's just, but again, it's growing. This is what we all like. This is what we want. So just the caping for the white girl, y'all need to chill out with that. And mind you, there are people pulling up, footage from when she was in college, pushing.
Yeah, she's aggressive too.
Right. So, and then there's also commentary that like her college team didn't really prep her for the league because allegedly her coach said that's not my job. So, and I'm sorry, did Iowa win a championship? Because I don't remember. But anyway, let me be quiet. Anyway. Oh yeah, Dion said we shouldn't check for his opinion. That's fine. We not. Okay, moving on. Mexico has elected their first woman president. Yay! Claudia, is it Sheinbaum? You know?
I don't know.
Okay. There was too much to keep up with today. So anyway. So she has a background in science. We love that.
Yeah.
She has a PhD in energy engineering. Her brother is a physicist. Ooh, yes, intelligence. That's what I'm talking about. She was the mayor of Mexico City during COVID. She handled it responsibly, slightly different from how the president of Mexico handled it and approached it. They've in the article they talked about, she'll probably has a less combative approach to dealing with differences of opinion. So this is awesome. So one of the other articles was about how Mexico got their first president and we still don't have ours. Mm-hmm. To note, Mexico's Supreme Court elected its first female chief justice in January 2023. That court decriminalized abortion in Mexico. So again, Good job, Mexico, right? Mexican law requires political parties there to put equal numbers of women and men up for election. Y'all know we ain't got that shit.
Wow.
So, right. So one.
That's also interesting.
Yeah, it is, right? So, because they're like, we're going to figure this out. Sheinbaum. Is that just, I think Jason said Sheinbaum.
That sounds right, because she's Jewish as well, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Then their presidencies is 1 term. It's 1-term limits on a presidency. But I don't know how many years that is, but that forces more turnover. Mm-hmm. And then the Supreme Court justices have term limits. They're 15 years.
Oh, I like that.
Hello?
I don't like this lifetime shit. People could go through changes in life. You could become an asshole. You could, your racism could become more evident. I just, you could put on a pretty face and get appointed, and then after that show your true colors 10 years later. Maybe you are not of sound mind to be up there judging motherfuckers. So, we got, flags and shit. Maybe a change done happen. Maybe you shouldn't be there. But at any rate.
No. So I think Mexico, the presidential term, I think is 6 years.
Okay.
Again, you can only serve one term. So I don't know if you can go out and then come back in or not. I don't know yet. Okay. But so that's another thing. So there's a lot more turnover. In America, Republicans elect fewer women. There's that. Yeah. There's more representation in the Democratic Party for women than there definitely is in the Republican Party. Campaign finance is also another issue with women because it's a little bit harder for them to fundraise, and a lot less frequently are they able to self-fund their campaigns. And also this other article, they pointed out that politics is more dangerous now. Sadly.
It is.
Yeah. So Marco said he lost both of his parents to COVID. Very sorry to hear that, Marco.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So she had a more responsible approach to it. Like she wore a mask and she, made adjustments and like when people should be outside. I don't think doesn't sound like they shut down Mexico City, but they were like, okay, it seems like there's COVID is flaring up again. Like, how about everybody be home by a certain time? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where the president at the time was like, oh, let's keep it, stay in the streets. It's like, Anyway, speaking of it, I know this is not on here. Maybe we'll talk about it on Wednesday, but they have Fauci again at a hearing on the Hill today.
What was that all? Yeah.
Because Marjorie Taylor Greene was being a fucking slug is what she refused to call him Dr. Fauci. She just said Mr. Fauci, which is also crazy. Jim Jordan was asking questions. Fauci goes, what's that got to do with me? So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. Look, this is exciting. Hopefully one day, we'll get there, U.S. Also, and this isn't on here either, and I know we talked a lot about Trump on Friday. I was trying not to have us talk too much about Trump, but there will be some follow-up from, his 34 guilty conviction felon, yay. Okay.
And whenever you say Trump, say convicted felon. We have to get used to saying that.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
Convicted felon and former President Donald Trump. That's what we should always say. Maybe we could come up with a acronym for it.
I was calling him felon 45. But I need everybody to know what that is before I keep saying it all the time.
Wait, you say the what?
Felon 45.
Felon 45. Okay. I like to think of it as new math. It's new math. This new math with maybe say it's Terrence Howard math. Teriology, ain't that what he called it? But the new math allows you to turn 45 into 34. The new math president.
Not mad. Angie's in the chat. What's up, Angie? Angie, enough in the chat. Hey.
Oh, cool.
Angie said, what other job is for life? Only a king. We know how that went. Exactly. Facts. And Neff said she's going to meet Jasmine Crockett later this month. And wait. Karen said,
great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Americans already flocked to Mexico for healthcare. Build that wall. Karen. Okay, the reason why though we are talking about Trump a little bit is first, and also again, sorry, this is gonna be a Wednesday, but this motherfucker out here over the weekend talking about he never said lock her up.
We have it on camera. I don't
Literally
get that. We have it on
He
camera.
He said the people said that. I never said that.
I guess, what, to be fair, I feel like I've seen both because remember the people, it was a chant that they would do whenever he had a rally. It would be lock her up, lock her up. But they were following his lead, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I've seen him say that.
Multiple times. But y'all, but Biden's got the mental issue. Okay, I can't. Anyway, moving on. So, Sexyy Red.
Oh, good Lord. So let me see if I can pull her up. Let's see.
So.
Yeah, I knew it was going to mess up.
It's okay. It's all right. So, I'm not going to go into how you feel about Sexyy Red as an artist. I'm just not. I thought she was a little entertaining up to a point, but now if she out here checking for Trump, I'm sorry to this lady. I cannot fuck with you at all.
We got we got a little clip. I want to show the people the clip for a second.
What we do? We got the booty jeans. Let's go. Yeah. With my hips when I walk, yeah. I know you like that. My nigga fucked up. Fuck my baby dad. I'm getting outside. I ain't in the house. What's up? We finna go out. Where the niggas at? It's looking like a crowd. My mama got the
The fact that she was at the annual Roots picnic with this shit, it's another level. So,
Questlove, what's going on, nigga? How did this happen?
on?
And now, wait a minute. Ain't this the same one? Dion, ain't you going to see this at the Hollywood Bowl?
Going to see Sexyy Red? She ain't going to see Sexyy Red.
The picnic is going to be at the Hollywood Bowl, which means Sexyy Red is probably going to be there. Dion, ain't you got a ticket? Inform us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to be at Hollywood Bowl when they perform it here.
So
He said the fuck was that? Nigga, I think you paid money to see that.
So she appeared on stage with a fake Secret Service agent dressed in red, white, and blue with a giant inflatable red hat that read "Make America Sexy Again," an homage to current Republican presidential candidate and convicted felon Donald Trump. So, and this woman, Casey, this article that I'm reading from, I love her writing. She keeps a blog, Kyla Lacey. She just notes that, look, she's entertaining and she's entertaining raunchy people, like people mess with her. But, grandstanding for Trump is getting into dangerous territory when someone could be swayed into thinking that Trump is good for the United States to have as a president. Because she went on somebody's blog, podcaster, Theo Vaughn. And this was like last year, I think. Mm-hmm. And she said, and I quote, that she loves Trump and he needs to be back in office. We talked about this before on another show.
Yeah, because she always brings up the stimulus checks. That's her big thing. People in the hood love Trump. Yeah, who else gave us stimulus checks? That's her big thing.
She also thinks he's funny because he just say shit. And that's the reason why to put him on fucking back in office. Like, girl, bye. Like, please stop. Please stop. And this whole stimulus check shit, which again, y'all know I get angry about this. I'm like, you got at the most 3 checks. At the most 3 checks. Yeah. Right? And that was that.
Yeah.
And if you're far behind on your bills the way a lot of them motherfuckers are, then that shit should have went toward that. And so now we're done. So what else did he do for you? And he ain't even the one that wanted to give you the money. Nancy Pelosi had to push that shit through. He just put his name on it.
I'm not too bothered by this because I feel like if you listen to her and you are like a diehard fan, you're probably not a person that is following politics. So I don't think she has influence over people who are probably going out to vote. If you vote regularly or if you plan on voting, I feel like and you listen to her, you're listening to her as a joke. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, I do. I fully do. Right. You're like, if you're a person who pays attention and votes regularly, you ain't checking her opinion. I hope. Dear God, I hope. But if you are a person who does not typically vote and you're like, oh, I fuck with Sexyy Red and I can vote, I just have not done it in the past. Okay, fine. That's what I'm, but you know me at this point, I'm real sensitive to anybody out here talking about this whole black for Trump shit. Like, I can't. Trump's, whatever. Anyway, she did post this today. Sexyy Red said, "It's Sexyy Red for president. I'm my own candidate. I'm not endorsing anybody, period." So she's probably getting some fucking backlash, which she should get. So.
She endorsed him. It's photos of her. I believe it's a photo of her with Donald Trump. Like they've met up before. So it's not.
So yeah, it's interesting though that she posted this shit today. But yeah, I'm sure she's getting a check from the Republican Party. I'm absolutely 100% certain of that she's getting a check.
It's terrible. Neff is going to the Roots picnic. Dion is going. I might go. I glanced at them ticket prices though, and goddamn, I ain't know the Roots turned into Beyonce. Shit, I at this point it's the Roots Or whenever Beyonce try and get us to give her, our mortgage money again. I don't know. I might go.
I don't think it's this year though. I will be back in town.
Is it in July? Is it in July or June?
It's June 29th.
June 29th. I might be able to make that because my brother moved here, so I'm trying to show him the sights. Hollywood Bowl is my favorite concert venue, so we might pop up there. Patti LaBelle gonna be there this year too.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Somebody look. Typically for me in the Hollywood Bowl, somebody's either be like, "Hey, I got a ticket," or "Hey, I'm organizing that outing and just put in money on it." And I'm like, "Okay, bet." So yeah, I'm with Danielle. Danielle said her demo is a voting aide, so she has influence.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Because like these cats out here, because he's not. I don't need him picking up any new voters. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I don't need. So that's what I would prefer to not have. So moving on. Still talking about these crazy Republicans. Herschel Walker. So headline: Republicans are irked that Herschel Walker is sitting on millions in unspent campaign funds. Let me get it out. So Georgia and national Republicans in dire need of money are furious that Walker is sitting on more than $4 million in leftover campaign funds and seems to have no intention of using it to help the GOP or convicted felon Trump in the key battleground states in November. So after the race, Walker re-enrolled at the University of Georgia to finish his undergraduate degree, which good for you.
You know what? Yeah, good. I that's the one thing I'll applaud. I ain't never go hate on somebody going and finishing their education. So I just, based on what I've seen of him, I don't know how he's on a collegiate level. If I walk in and Herschel Walker is in my class, I'm going to assume I'm in the wrong class.
Wait.
I'm going to assume I'm in the wrong class.
Oh, God. So he's back at school, and when he was reached by phone, he denied his 7-figure bank balance of unspent funds. He said, "It wasn't money left in my account. Everyone keeps saying that." So when he was asked to clarify what he meant, he ended the call quickly, saying he was in the middle of writing a paper.
I don't believe that. I don't believe this nigga was writing something. I just refuse to believe that. In what universe does that sentence make sense? Herschel Walker hurried you off the phone so he could finish writing the paper. That makes no sense in any multiverse, universe, metaverse, rapverse. Nowhere. That is not a real sentence.
He said we could talk about it sometime, but he did not respond to multiple further inquiries, including most recently last week. Peep game, though. The campaign committee, though, there has been money from this account that has donated to a Horatio Auger Association, the Boys and Girls Club, and he has a Herschel 34 in Johnson City class of 1980, some nonprofit that he put together in 2016 in his hometown. So money has been going out to some of these nonprofits. So there's that. Count says scammers scamming the scammers, only the Republicans.
He said, "Shit, I don't know how many more abortions I might need to get in my lifetime. I need some backup money."
I was waiting for you to mention the abortions.
For those who don't know, I nicknamed Herschel the abortion machine a while back. That is his name. His official name is the abortion machine.
He paid for a lot of them.
And look, would leave. The reason we know this is because somebody did their research. I mean, they was out here doing Pusha T level research on niggas and found a fucking card that he left with a woman, like, to comfort her after he paid for the abortion. So he is thoughtful, if nothing else. We'll give him that.
Sure. Also, Colin said Herschel Walker's jersey number is 34. Because convicted felon Trump guilty on 34 counts.
I can't get past this nigga saying I gotta go get off this phone so I can write a paper. That just is hilarious to me.
Look at Jason's comment. He said maybe going back to school will help him figure out which one is Dracula and which one is G-Bus. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Flying while black. So my mom actually told me about this story before it came to my attention. She was like, you gotta look this up. It's 8 black men that got put off American Airlines flight. I was like, what are you talking about?
It kept popping up in my feed. Like they forced me to know about this. I wasn't looking for it either.
She just beat me to the timeline because I've been chilling on the sofa, and she was like, I was like, please stop yelling at me. I'm sure it will. Somebody will send it to me 11 fucking times and that's what happened. So total of 8 black men were indeed put off one flight. And so there's 3 men who have filed a federal lawsuit. And here's the crazy part. So they were told to get off the plane because somebody said there was some body odor. Okay. So
a flight attendant said it. A white male flight attendant said it.
White male flight attendant. None of the men knew each other. None of them were sitting anywhere near each other. So all 8 men smelled. That's what the fuck you saying? Okay. So get them off the plane, and then they're all, kind of right off the plane, like in that at the kind of ramp area, whatever. And they're like, "Oh, all of us got put off the plane, and the fuck is happening, right?" So then they're like, "We're gonna put you on another flight." And as they're like now back at the counter, the gate counter, there's a black woman, employee, and they're saying this is happening because we're black. She's like, "I'm not disagreeing with you."
Also noted was that nobody recognized any of these men as smelling like shit. None of them smell bad, according to the people who had to deal with them when they were forced to deplane.
So that was the other thing too. Because there's a couple things I want to definitely highlight from that article. So they're putting off, right? Nobody, at no point did anybody actually say that. But again, no. You got 8 men sitting in different parts of the motherfucking plane, don't know each other, and every single last one of them smell. Y'all are full of shit. Literally, y'all stink, okay? Then the fact that the pilot said, he announced to the passengers on the plane that the man had been removed because of reported body odor or body odor complaint. I'm suing him too. He getting sued too.
That's the part that killed me, because it's one thing to pull them off the plane and then tell them we're going to put you on another flight. And then when you can't find another flight, you're forced to put them back on the plane. It's one thing if they go and sit back down and nobody is none the wiser of what just happened. But when they had to walk back on the plane, it was after the pilot told everybody that they were kicked off because they was funky. I am taking your house, your horse. I'm gonna own that fucking plane. It's gonna be Antoine Airlines when I'm done with y'all asses, because now I gotta walk back on and everybody think I'm funky. Like, this is the strangest fucking story I've heard all year.
But that's the other part, right? Y'all are like, okay, we're going to find you another flight. As you said, they could not find another flight. So now the original flight is fucking delayed by at least an hour, okay? So now they get put back on the flight, but I thought you put them off the flight because they were fucking funky. So it's okay to put them back on the flight now? And if I'm sitting next to one of them, I'm like, you don't smell bad to me? Like, right? Like, this is some bullshit. This is some complete bullshit. And so I don't know who this white male flight attendant is, but he needs to not have his job. And look, I hate to be this person, but I'm going to be this person because I saw the interview with the 3 that's actually like got the lawsuit going. Look, Antoine, quite articulate. Quite even killed, mild manner, nice.
Well, none of them were given, because I saw a little video of them. They all were giving like upper middle class. Like I was not getting, how do I say this? Look, I wasn't getting no thug passion from these niggas when I saw them on video.
Look, this wasn't spirit, okay? Like, yeah, look, my mom said, and they're lucky it wasn't Pookie in them, because this could have looked very different. And so once the press, and their lawyer is a white woman, and she literally is like, the only explanation is because of the color of their skin. Like, the look on her face is like, you heard what I just said, right? So, American, y'all just go ahead and cut that check. Just fucking cut the check. Just cut the check.
I just don't know how, with the chain of command when things like this happen. So, just imagine what had to occur. This white flight attendant, for whatever reason, decided somebody was funky. Okay.
I Honestly, Antoine, I don't think that's what the case was.
I don't believe it is either, but all I can go by is what they said. So what is going on with the hierarchy in your company where you don't have a set of checks and balances where this would have stopped at some point? So the white flight attendant says, somebody funky, I think it's one of these niggas. And then you proceed to pull all the niggas off the plane. Like, at some point, somebody should have said, yeah, we've been in hot water over shit like this in the past. We can't do this way. We gonna have to figure something else out because we gonna be the top of the fucking Negro news cycle tomorrow if we continue to move in this fashion.
Well, thanks to convicted felon Trump, right? Like the shit he ushered in 2016 that has just only gotten worse. These motherfuckers are acting like without there are no repercussions to their action. That's the part that's killing me. They were leaving out of Phoenix, going to New York. So Phoenix is not necessarily the most friendly to us. It ain't necessarily the most antagonistic.
I was just in Phoenix.
Right. So we there, but not in huge numbers. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this white male flight attendant, but he gonna learn today. Because whatever that check is that American about to have to cut, because they're gonna have to cut a check, a big one. Like he needs to no longer have his job. Colin said, "My gym be smelling too. Can we evacuate everyone inside?" Okay. Sorry, but I do have to go back. Chavez said I had to hurry off the phone last week because I was in the middle of writing the paper. And he said they probably smell like shea butter. Okay, fine. Ooh, Antoine. Oh, another topic for Wednesday, because not tonight. That whole washcloth debate and like
oh
white
god,
people.
oh my god.
Because I think it was Travis Kelce who said something on his podcast. So that was a whole thing over the weekend about.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Travis Kelce was discussing washcloths on his podcast. Well, Travis was with a black woman before he was with Taylor, right?
I heard, wasn't the other brother? Which one was fucking talking about Big Soap? Hold on. Big Soap, Jason. Oh,
it was Jason Kelce.
Jason, yeah, it was Jason.
Okay.
Jason said he never washes his feet and that people shouldn't trust Big Soap.
Wait, Jason said he don't wash his feet.
This is Wednesday.
Why don't you what's wrong with washing your feet? Like, what the fuck?
This whole who uses washcloths and who doesn't debate comes about at least twice a year. We don't always talk about it, but we're going to talk about it on Wednesday. Oh, and here's the thing, because I didn't watch the exchange. I was like, he's joking, right? Like he's joking.
I would think I guess he using that trickle down philosophy. Like, you ain't got to wash. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
So, Josh Gibson. So this is the headline we're supposed to try and talk about last Friday. So the MLB has integrated Negro League stats into its all-time record book, which now Josh Gibson is now the career batting average leader. So he now is. Where am I? My notes kind of crazy. So Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb have now been replaced in the record books by players who are not allowed to play on the same fields as them. So Josh Gibson, one of the greatest sluggers in the history of Negro Leagues, is now listed as Major League Baseball's new all-time career leader in batting average. I'm not going to say these numbers. So he's now moved ahead of Ty Cobb. Also, Gibson overtakes Babe Ruth in slugging percentage. So
that's interesting.
There was a there was a quote from someone. I don't know if I can find it quickly, but yeah, it's nice. Like, thank you finally for, acknowledging. Oh, somebody said, if you want to argue Josh Gibson didn't face the best competition, well, neither did Babe Ruth.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. You can't use that against one and not against the other, because when you even look at Babe Ruth physically, he wouldn't be able to compete today. He was overweight. No. Like, he wouldn't be able to compete. No. I feel like the field was even smaller. When I watched them videos of Babe Ruth running around all them fucking bases, his fat ass, I'm like, is it small? The diamond, something is off.
Oh, God, help me. Tony said the captain usually checks on that. If he got out to investigate, he would have seen this as bullshit. Unless he was racist too. So, but he said they often just back the cabin crew. You know, I don't push it past anybody right now.
I feel like this is, you know, not to be negative, but I think I hope that what they're doing with incorporating the statistics in some way is part of an initiative where they give more of a voice and shine a spotlight on the significance of the Negro Leagues and what it meant historically to the game and to, you know, African Americans, because the statistics are not enough. Maybe a documentary that's financed by them. Maybe at the top of the game you highlight players to expose people. You have it on the screens. Hey, today we're celebrating such and such from the Negro Leagues, unsung heroes of the Negro Leagues. Something bigger has to happen that transcends the statistics. Statistics are numbers.
I'll take a second to like look it up. There's probably a couple documentaries about the Negro Leagues, but similarly to the Reading Rainbow documentary that came out and went, and then Netflix put it on their platform, and now it's gotten basically like a lot more attention to it. So my mom and I watched it actually while she was here. Really good. So yeah, if there's one that's in existence already, let's get that better highlighted. Or to your point, like let's make another one. That's fully.
Yeah, you can never have too many of them. And the way that I think having a cosign from Major League Baseball for a project involving the Negro Leagues, that slaps different from BET doing it or somebody else doing it. You know. Y'all know. Speaking of BET, I had a passenger, and I was playing a song. I had this playlist that I had forgotten that I made from years ago. I was jamming, and it was an SWV song that came on, and the girl was like, "Is this new?" And I said, "No, actually, it's like 10 years old." And we got to talking, and she said, "Yeah, I be wondering what happens to all these women that sing in these groups." And she goes, "Did you watch that show with all the girl groups on BET?" And I said, "Encore." And I said, we had a whole conversation. I said, "Fuck BET." I said, that show, why did we not get a season 2? It was riveting. And look, all of them ain't even alive anymore. Iris from 702 passed away last year.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And and the songs were not bad. Bird's Eye View, it was good songs. How the fuck did BET fuck that up? At any rate, sorry. Tangential.
No comment. No comment. So last headline that we were addressing tonight deliberately is Simone Biles. Woohoo! So she dominates. She wins her record-extending 9th all-around national title. So this is like right before next month's Olympics in Paris. And honestly, the main thing I want to highlight is, you know, she ended up taking 2 years off, mental health and whatever other her fucking reasons were. And she came back and she's still dominating. I think she's like, 27? Like she's still killing it. Like, so, you know, look, if you need to take a break, do your thing. Do you, right?
Maybe we could get Amanda Seales to come on the show and break it down for us, since, you know, she said she was a gymnast and an enthusiast. Maybe we could get her to come on and talk about it. But that's not for me to surmise.
Simone is 27. Who you just mentioned?
Amanda Seales?
Yes, that is one. Angie's a big fan of Amanda. So maybe Angie can figure out how to.
Angie, you're a fan of Amanda? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I think she's at a minimum a fan of her stand-up. I think.
I'm sure. You know what? And that's the thing. I think, you know, when we say what we say about Amanda, we never criticize her actual talents. She's good at everything she does. It's the shit that she does outside of her work that tends to be problematic. Ooh, they said she was still talking shit about Shannon Sharp. Like last week, somebody said she's still talking about this nigga.
See, what's the thing? She can't let shit go. Girl, keep it pushing. Come on. Because again, didn't we talk about like whoever her management is? Like, girl, capitalize on this. Move on to the next thing for yourself.
Yeah, that was shocking that they didn't. Real quick, Dion said MLB is putting a ton of money into the Negro League's baseball museum in Kansas City. They know they have a long way to go, especially with black participation in baseball falling. So that's good to hear that that's happening.
Yeah. So yes, Colin, I agree. So Simone Biles just casually breaking the laws of physics. Yeah, I saw Dion's comment. Yes, so awesome. Yes, I do too. Gabby did pull herself out. Tony said, I wish Gabby Douglas could have completed her comeback. Jason said Amanda Seales and Terrence Howard could teach us how his math and energy work on her spectrum.
Look, I'm a YouTube addict, and I was taking a nap before the show, and I make these playlists. I see the titles, and I'm like, put it in a playlist. I'll watch it later. So I saw one, because remember, if you watched a few episodes back, I got into it with, let's just say, a friend about 1 × 1 equaling 1, and Terryology, which is Terrence Howard's new math that he created. It states that 1 × 1 = 2. And so it was a video in my feed, and it was somebody explaining how Terrence Howard is right, and 1 × 1 actually is 2. So I can't wait to watch that foolishness.
No,
just for fun.
No, Antoine, no. Oh, also, and I was going to mention this, and I think Jason mentioned it in the chat. The Stacks documentary on HBO is fucking amazing. It's called, I think, Stacks Soulsville, USA. It's 4 parts, and it just came out, I think, this in May. So it's excellent. Everybody should watch it when you get a chance. And I will tell you, one thing that it really resonated with me is how white people have continuously gotten in our way and fucked us up, when against all odds we have achieved like greatness, excellence, and these hating ass, racist ass crackers to come through, jealousy, and just like, even if we making them money, they're like,
not
no,
saltines, not the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz, nigga.
Just destroying legacy, right? Because when you see all that, and I knew some stuff, but I didn't know all the things, and I'm just like what that record company did, again, against all odds, right? And so once again, though, here come jealous, hating ass, racist ass white people fucking shit up. Another thing that stuck out is because the area of time that they're covering, right? This is like 50s, 60s, 70s. And, I know we talk about voting a lot on here. The sacrifices that black people have made, but black ass to be able to just walk down the street, walk into a motherfucking restaurant, walk into a motherfucking hotel, because the artists go overseas and they're like, wait, I can just move around. Like, ain't no color only fucking fountains. Ain't no redneck checking for me, calling me boy and telling me to step off the fucking sidewalk.
It's the Miles Davis and Nina Simone experience, because that's what they wrote about when they went to Paris. Miles went and got him a white girlfriend in Paris. He was like, I think I'll stay, because they treat me like a fucking human being over here.
And so because we're so far removed from that era, and because they don't teach, not just black people, they just don't teach this shit in school the way they should, and that's very deliberate, right? And so you forget all the sacrifices that have been made. And I'm sorry, black people always had to make a choice of the lesser of evils. I'm sorry, that's just life. It's just motherfucking life. So unless you niggas is trying to go back to a plantation, I'm gonna need you to come correct in November. Sexyy Red, but you don't know shit. You don't know a motherfucking thing. But again, this is music, right? You claim yourself a fucking musician. This is the type of history that you should know about, right?
But
it's just such a
they
great.
Don't.
Of course not.
I remember I heard an interview, and it was Jeezy was chastising a radio DJ, and then as I continued to listen, I found out the radio DJ was Moni Love. And Moni was saying something about the state of rap music, and Jeezy was like, why anybody care what you say? Who the fuck is you? And she was like, I'm Moni Love, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
Your ass nigga.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Moni Love is underrated. That verse on Ladies First, she killed that. Salt kills it on Black's Magic. If y'all get a chance, Salt has a song without Pepper, because Salt is the superior rapper in that duo. Salt has a song on Black's Magic called Swift, where she's just rapping by herself, fucking kills it. They don't be getting enough credit. And Moni was one of the first people to rap. Moni used to rap a mile a minute. You know, I used to love listening to her rap. So yeah.
Quite skilled. Yeah. So just to wrap us up, because we started out talking about the WNBA and Chavez, and we didn't highlight Angel's comments to the choke slam. Because he said Antoine Cressy did yourself a favor and watched the choke slam and how she responded in the post-game interview in comparison to the foul on Caitlyn and how she responded. No, I did see it. I saw the footage and I did hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
So it is very aggressive. So it should get watched. And then this is what Angel said in the post-game conference. She said, "It's not just because I'm a rookie. I'm a player. I'm a basketball player. They don't give a damn if I'm a rookie. I want them to come at me every day."
She said, "I'm built for it."
This is what, hey, let's
she said, "I'm built for it and I'm not a fucking crybaby." Everybody's upset that they trying to put their hands on America's new sweetheart. That's what it is.
Oh, this is the rest of it. I was like, there's more. She said, "Thank you, AT." That's the person who fucking choked her. She choke slammed her. She said, "Thank you, AT, for sending a message to me because I got back up and kept pushing. Me and AT have been cool since we were in Maryland. So I know that is no hard feelings. And I appreciate her going at me every day or today."
It's going to be hard feelings if you fucking choke me and you're not my friend. We're going to have hard feelings and you're going to get choked back. Don't fucking choke me.
You know, after the Fever Sky game, when Caitlyn got hip checked and everybody's like, "Oh, Caitlyn, oh my God, we got to protect Caitlyn." So after the game, Angel was like, "I'm not doing the press conference." She got fined. She was like, "I'm gonna take that fine." It's cool.
Oh yeah, she wouldn't respond. They wanted a comment from her, and she wouldn't comment.
She was like, "I'm not doing the press conference. Fuck y'all. I'm not playing this game with y'all." She was like, "Look, a G, I got you. That's cool. That's on my feet right now." And the team got fined 5 Gs. And I'm sure the coach was like, "No, it's cool." Cause like we know what this is about to be. Y'all about to be asking her a bunch of questions about this bitch game. Sorry, about Caitlyn getting hip checked. Okay.
Wait, do you know what I put on the thumbnail? Did you see the thumbnail?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a picture. It's so ignorant. It's a picture of Caitlyn, and then the title card says, "You know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation."
Oh my God.
And then I got a picture of Trump and Sexyy Red, and I'm like, it says, "I'm pretty sure the apocalypse is coming. Get right with God." It was just ignorant. I just threw it together at the last minute. Oh my goodness.
Well, since we're talking about that game, so in addition to all the crazy, Kennedy, spelled Chenedy, said, "I ain't answer no Caitlyn Clark questions." But then she jumped on social media, I think on Sunday or Monday, and was talking shit. So I'm loving this rookie class. I'm loving WNBA right now. Like, come with the drama.
If nothing else, you know, despite the fact that these conversations can be problematic, everybody, the girls, the WNBA, everybody wins as a result because everybody's talking about it, and that's what's going to help propel it into, you know, just the general vernacular. People are just going to be talking about these games, not because it's not a separate conversation that is for a niche audience. They are part of a broader conversation that used to be limited to things involving women. And that's what I love about it. Despite the fact that sorry to that man, the man in the cowboy boots who I'm scared of. Yeah, too much country. I feel like I know there's a Confederate flag in that facility somewhere. But despite the fact that he was disrespectful, he's speaking on it. His audience, that audience who normally wouldn't be privy to this sort of thing, are being exposed to it. And this is one of the situations where I can honestly say, what is that saying? What is it? Bad press. All press is good press, whether it's good or bad. In this situation,
that's the Kim Kardashian motto. Yes.
Yeah, that is working for the WNBA and these girls right now. So I'm here for it.
I'm sorry, I should say the Kris Jenner. because she the one that got all the shit in motion. Oh wait, also I want to add that from the coach of Chicago, Teresa Weatherspoon, she said with regard to the hip check, physical play, intensity, and a competitive spirit are hallmarks of Chicago Sky basketball. Kennedy got caught up in the heat of the moment in an effort to win the game. She and I have discussed what happened and that it was not appropriate, nor is it what we do or who we are. Kennedy understands that there are better ways to handle situations on the court, and she will learn from this, as we all will. As a team, we will grow together and continue to work hard to display strong leadership and set a positive example for our competitors, fans, and partners. Like, let these people do what they're doing. You got leaders, you got them saying the statements, making the statements, doing the things they need to do.
Yeah.
Everybody else's commentary, at least as fucking crazy as this guy, and is not needed. Stephen A., Pat McAfee. Just let these women play.
But I'm okay with it. Look, like I said, I'm okay with it. Just keep talking about them. Keep talking about them.
Yeah.
Jason, you know what? It's funny because I'm familiar with Kehinde. Kehinde, do y'all remember on Empire? They commissioned Kehinde to do paintings of all the characters, and you saw his artwork everywhere on Empire.
First 2 seasons. After that, it got crazy.
Did I watch the second one? I think I could only stomach. When did Raven Simone show up?
I feel like season 3. I feel like it was later.
No. I did not watch season 3. So I saw it when Raven Simone showed up. I remember because they had her looking like a bad bitch on the show, and by then, you know, Raven was embracing her own inner butch lesbian by that point. So when
that's right. I was trying to remember what her role was.
She was the gay son had a baby with her, and then come to find out it was Lucius's baby. Remember?
This is coming back to me.
Remember, Lucius had fucked his gay son's girlfriend and had actually fathered the child, and it wasn't even the gay son's. We could just call what's his name?
Was it? I think it might have been season 1. I think
that might have. I feel like I only watched season 1. I don't know if
I watched the whole thing because once I was in, I was in.
Ooh,
so,
child, why you do that to yourself? Why you do that?
I couldn't let it go. I had to see how everybody was going out.
Sorry to them brain cells you lost, girl.
Oh, good. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like the video. We'll be back Wednesday, clearly with a whole bunch more commentary because these headlines will not quit. Alex Jones was in tears because they taking his fucking property, bitch ass, which is deserved. Megan Thee Stallion and her
take all of it. Take the niggas' gold teeth if you can. Take all of it. Toilet paper, tires.
Megan Thee Stallion in Atlanta can't do her show because the fucking water is a fucking mess. Alito's law clerk said he should recuse himself. There's a lot going on in these streets. I gotta take this call because my mom keeps calling me. So love y'all. Tune in on Wednesday.
Toodles to you niggas, and thanks to our new viewers. We need all we can get. Thank you for tuning in. See y'all on Wednesday.